So one of the frustrations of modern software development always seems to be things in your package manager breaking. And Elm creates interesting ways to solve that problem. But first I should ask you, if you enjoy these videos, to please subscribe, and I put out new videos 5 days a week. So if you've dealt with NPM or Haskell's package managers or any of package manager from Ruby or any other language, sooner or later you run into a situation where a package you depend on stops working. Now the lovely thing about packages is it turns a wide variety of problems into things that are already solved. This very complex thing that I might have to do, be it rendering a PDF or creating a login module, whatever, simply becomes equivalent of adding a few lines to a configuration file and then maybe adding a few lines of code in the appropriate place. And that's awesome because it saves us a huge amount of work and lets us get on with the truly challenging parts of the job. Anything that can reduce my workload is welcome by me. The problem is that package managers often introduce their own problems. And these can range from different things, from versions of a package being suddenly and inexplicably incompatible, and semantic versioning being a good idea but not necessarily done in practice, to the write pad package in NPM going away and suddenly breaking half the internet happened. Many other things. So how does Elm get around this? Well, there are a couple of ways Elm does this. So first of all, the Elm package manager is very tightly controlled. Elm packages can only run pure Elm code for the most part. And anybody publishing a package can only put in pure Elm code. So there's no side effects. So for example, there will be no security violations in a Elm package you install because there are no side effects. There's no raw JavaScript. You can only do certain specific things. That's the first thing. Second of all, Elm packages actually enforce semantic versioning by way of types. So in many other languages, you may go from version 1.0.2 to 1.0.3 of a package and thinking it's some minor patch, but turns out a major API broke or changed and suddenly your code is broken. So this is a major issue. So with Elm, packages are required to up the major version when they change an API, and it uses the type system to enforce this. So that there's no major API changes between version 1.02 and 1.03 of a package. So that's really nice. Finally, and this is important, the Elm package manager has two other conventions that are useful. First of all, Elm packages tend to have very obvious names. I think in a lot of languages, including some that I really like Erlang, people have a tendency to give packages clever names. There's an Erlang package for doing web client work called Hackney, as in the London Borough or the taxi cab. Now, that's not obvious. There's a Ruby package for testing called Cucumber. Now, if somebody told me you were using Cucumber, or you should use Cucumber, you're thinking, am I testing my code or making a salad for lunch? So Elm packages tend to have obvious names. The Elm Markdown package is called Elm Markdown. The Elm testing package is called Elm Test. So if I say I'm using Elm Markdown, you don't have to wonder what it does. It's pretty obvious. The other thing is, if you go to an old version of the package, its documentation on the web page, which sometimes happens if you follow an outdated link, you'll see a big thing at the top that says this is an old version with a link to the current version. I will admit that in other languages I've occasionally wasted a couple hours because the documentation for the package I was using was not in sync with the code because one was an older version. So the package manager is really designed to reduce pain in terms of what code can run, how things are updated. Only major versions will only get updated when you ask for them, for example, and the like. So it really helps provide a stable ecosystem on top of which to build your code, where some other package systems seem to break things for you on a regular basis. in inexplicable ways that can often lead to a half a day or a full day or more of just fighting packages. And I don't know about you all, but I have better things to do with my time than spend a day fighting package incompatibilities. So if you liked this video, please subscribe and share it on Facebook or Twitter.